I'm Kevin Tarpey, and this is散歩日和. After avoiding hiking all summer due to the oppressive heat and humidity, the arrival of September always fills me with eager anticipation for a highland adventure. Despite a hectic schedule last month, I finally found a free day for my long-awaited hike. My original plan to hike a mountain in奥出雲was thwarted by a forecast of high temperatures and thunderstorms by late morning. Undeterred, I embarked on a quick morning hike to a smaller mountain closer to home to avoid the impending downpour. I considered visiting Mount Dake, but opted for Mount Wakura instead for a new hiking experience. I arrived at the trailhead and noticed 2 cars parked in the lot, indicating that I wasn't the only early riser that morning. As I ventured into the dense forest, I felt the warm, humid air against my skin. The tranquility of the surroundings was broken when a group of hikers passed me, heading in the opposite direction. Despite the initial solitude, the forest was far from silent. The lively symphony of nature awakening filled the air, the buzzing of the cicadas creating a constant, almost mechanical hum. At the same time, the gentle chirping of crickets added a soothing rhythm to the din. As I continued along the trail, the chorus of birdsong grew louder, reverberating through the canopy. Suddenly, a small flock of bush warblers darted past me. One of them paused on a branch to regard me for a moment before joining its companions in their playful pursuit. Moments like these serve as a reminder of the fleeting beauty of nature, often overlooked in our busy lives. I meandered along the path until I arrived at a peaceful bamboo forest. The way the sunlight streamed through the tall, graceful bamboo stalks was captivating. The rich, dense hardwood forest and the bright bamboo grove formed a striking contrast. As I continued my walk, I encountered a stunning variety of mushrooms. While familiar with the amanitas, I also stumbled upon some unusual light yellow and bright orange ones that were utterly unfamiliar, adding to the sense of wonder and discovery. The trail offers only one viewpoint on the way up, so reaching the summit feels like a revelation. The early morning light cast a brilliant blue hue on Lake Shinji, a stark difference to the darker appearance of Nakaumi under a blanket of clouds. The patches of sunlight reflecting gold on Nakaumi's surface added a touch of warmth to the scene, creating a breathtaking contrast. I've always known Matsue was called the City of Water, but nowhere is this title more apparent than from the top of Mount Wakura. In the distance to the east, the coastal mountains of Izumo were bathed in sunlight, while to the south, dark clouds cloaked the Chugoku mountain range. Even Daisen, shrouded in mist, retained its majestic outline. Walking around the broad, grassy summit, the burst of vibrant color created by the blooming flora in the underbrush drew my eyes. Among them, I spotted the handsome violet spikes of lily turf and the delicate, fleeting blue petals of the Asiatic dayflower. A section of the area had been carefully marked off with rope to safeguard a cluster of 3-leaf ladybells. This reminded me of Mount Sensu, where dedicated volunteers take great pains to protect the exquisite Asian fawn lilies that grace the landscape in spring. I couldn't help but admire the efforts of these volunteers to preserve these precious wildflowers. When a couple of hikers arrived, I decided to leave, allowing them to enjoy the summit's tranquility. Before I departed, I took one last look at the nearby mountains, excited about the many opportunities to explore similar peaks in the months ahead.